taking a break from working on the other Speed6, and I'm going to be working on mine. Got a call earlier today that my cylinder head was ready, so I ran over there, went and picked it up, and now I'm about to install it. That way I can let it set overnight and then check the torque again. So tonight I'm just going to put the head on, torque it down, and redo the rest maybe tomorrow or another day. But already went ahead and prepped the surface, already cleaned everything out of there. Make sure there's nothing hanging low or anything that would get in the way. So clean everything with the microfiber towel, and she's good to go. Got the head gasket right here. This is the stock head gasket, but it's modified to fit my clearance. So we combined two stock gasket into one to get 51 thousandths of an inch, because the cylinder head has been shaved down quite a bit. About now it's been shaved down 13 thousandths of an inch. So this thicker head gasket is what we need for better clearance, and it's still the OEM. The Cometic MLX is still on back order, so we don't know when we're going to be getting it. So for now we're just going to go ahead and just run the OEM head gasket, and hopefully it holds up. I mean, the block does have O-rings, so it should bite it a lot harder and keep it from getting damaged, but we'll see. And here's the cylinder head. When I picked it up from the machine shop, everything is set on there, so they did have to replace these two valves right here, because apparently the other one next to it was also damaged, so we replaced that on top of that. So these two valves were replaced, and these two intake valve also were replaced. So this whole cylinder basically was hurt, and yeah, we got new valves in there. These valves took forever to get it. We ordered it back in February. Everything back ordered with COVID, so we weren't able to get anything. So, but now we got everything thanks to Jordan. And yeah, huge shout out to him for getting me this, because we've just been waiting and waiting. So everything is ready to go. The rest of the cylinders were all good. I had the machine shop spec everything out, make sure everything is good on it, and it came out true. So she's ready to roll. I cleaned my washers and the nuts for my head studs. Everything is already prepped and ready to go. I'm going to be using the ARP Ultra Torque, recommended to torque. So, and the head gasket is on. The surface is all prepped. Got the pistons down in the middle of the cylinders, so they're all good to go. So that's basically a torque sequence when tying down the head. It's like 3-step torque sequence, which everything is in the manual, and you just have to do the first torque, second, and then third, lose them all out, and then do it again. Repeat that steps like 3 times before you proceed to the final torque sequence. I've already went ahead and did 2, so now I'm going on the third one before I go into my final torque sequence. The head is now fully torqued, so now I just need to tighten up the cams. I've already went ahead and lined up the motor, so I know that when I spin it, it will just hit. I have the pin in the back already, so when I spin the bottom end, it should just line up right away with the crank and the pin, so I'll be already in time, ready to go for the timing chain. I got the cam caps all torqued up and lined up the plate. I haven't lined up the bottom on the crank just yet because I'm not ready to time the motor, so that'll be last. So right now what I'm doing, since I don't really have much time, is just installing the injector seals. These are the overspeed injector seals. I've already used them, but as you can see, great shape, still ready to roll. And all of them pretty good. Cleaned them up, they're all good to go. The head is already, the port's already clean. Don't worry about the black scuffing. Just get that out, it's just nothing. So, but in the meantime, earlier today, spent some time on this one, and she's pretty much ready to go. Button up everything up, everything is bolted up. Check all the pipes, everything is set. Also ended up installing the wall box. The split second controller is good to go. Wall box is also mounted right here, so whenever he needs it, he can just plug it in and change the map. Let's fire it up. Everything is good, so cool. Just right down there. Wall box is on. No checking your light. So far so good. Everything is good. So went ahead and put together a few things. I got an intake manifold and the fuel rail on, and I got the turbo and the wastegate on as well too, along with the intercooler pipe. That one I did not remove. It just stayed in place, so I bolted everything back on there. So everything up front is pretty much done. So the only thing that I need to do now is just put the gasket for the water neck right there. When I picked up a new one from Edge Autosport, they're close by, so always got parts waiting for me. So I got a new one along with the cam friction washer, because I need to replace that cam as well. So last time, which was last year when I built the motor, I degraded the cam. Mainly, I degraded the exhaust side about 5 degrees. So now I'm just bringing everything back to zero because the head has been machined down. Right now, the head has been machined down a total of 13 thousandths of an inch, and the block has been machined 7 thousandths. So we do have a 51 thousandths inch gasket in there, so that should make up a few of the difference. But to be on the safe side, I'm bringing the exhaust timing back to zero again. So that means I need to break loose the bolt and replace the friction washer. That way I can put a new one in there before I time the motor. It's all set. Chain is tight at TDC, and I've already rotated the crank. We're good to go on that. I had to correct myself a little bit because I was trying to time it with like a friction washer because I've been doing that a lot. So I actually forgot about the key crank timing, but I managed to correct myself. I'm at TDC on the crank and TDC on the cams, so we're good. Cams go, plate goes right in with no issue. So now we're at TDC, we all set. Intercooler piping is on. Got the coolant. Double checked everything. Make sure no leak underneath the joint. And yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to start it. And as always, before I start any car, I always make sure I prime it to make sure I have a good oil pressure before I fire it up. Right now 68 on a high pressure fuel pump. I think that's enough to start it, but let me prime it again. Cool, got oil pressure. All right, here goes nothing. Took a little bit. All right, we got enough fuel pressure. Let's go.